There we go. Start it up. Stream that. Yeah, baby. We're on. Hello, everyone who has been joining up so far. I mean, we've just started, so we haven't really done anything yet, right? Let's just give it a few more minutes until people drop in, because I know that there will be more people dropping in, of course. Looks like the stream is up and running. Hello, Samuel. Hello, Audible Video. What's up, Electronic Sounds? Sasha is here too. And there's probably more people I can't see right now. I've got too many windows up here. Hello, Disco Paw. I'm gonna call you Disco Paw. Disco Paw. Do we have Disco Ma in the chat too? Let's see. There we are. Okay, I hope it's coming through loud and clear. I had to reconnect everything again because I had one of those weird little crashes. So I just, basically, it's really annoying because it looks as if like my audio is spiking out on the sound interface. But then when I listen to it, through the headphones, it listens like it sounds normal. I've been working on music and I've been working on some videos. Basically, and I've got this project that I have to do now so I can earn some money, some actual money. So I'm doing work for another company, stuff that is gonna go up on their social networks and their channels and stuff. So that feels good, getting gigs like that once in a while is really, really nice because that helps out. Easier to pay the bills that way. And in the meantime, I haven't had much time really trying out new stuff. I mean, I've been trying out the new Pro mixer, the new mixer, the new roller mixer I just put up a video about. I've been testing that out, but I did that mainly to, in order to review it. But I like it. So I'll probably be bringing it with me when I go out and continue my mobile outdoors series, and that's the problem right now because I have been waiting for 2 weeks for the weather to clear up. The weather is fine, trust me. I love when it rains, I love when autumn comes, I love when it gets a little bit colder. I love that stuff, you know that. The problem is musical gear don't like water, so they don't mix that well. So that's it's horrible. I hope that it clears up. Like seriously. I mean, I feel a bit split here because I don't want it to get warmer again. I don't want it to clear up. I want it to keep raining and stuff like that. Except from the parts in Sweden where we're getting floods now because constant rain, and so people are actually losing their homes, and that's very unusual in Sweden. Weather is unusual all over the place right now. Y'all know that. But that's just the way it is. What money am I talking about? I'm talking about money to pay bills. In order to do that, you need more jobs than just YouTube when you've got a smaller channel. And no matter how big it might look for some people, 36,000 subscribers on my main channel is a big number for me. But in the big of YouTube, it's very small. So you're gonna have to do jobs on the side if you ever plan on doing something like this. You gotta plan it. You gotta plan it right. You gotta make sure that you have something else to do that will actually bring in cash until YouTube can do. Because I would say never ever rely on YouTube ads. Ever. Don't ever make calculations on that. You have to be extremely successful. So secondary job, third job. I used to work like that before. I used to have plenty of jobs. Hello Leo. Hello Eric. So today I was thinking, let's check out, I wasn't thinking. Last stream we checked out a very cool synthesizer by Tone Boosters. And someone said, hey, this one compared to SynthMaster, and then someone said, why don't you do SynthMaster 2 next time? And I said, okay. And the thing is, I haven't really had any time to check in deeper with SynthMaster 2, so it's kind of new to me. Like, I've checked through to see what it has, so like by just looking at a synth I can see what it has, but then again, with Tone Boosters there were so many things I didn't really see, you kind of have to use a thing to know a thing. And I haven't been using this, so I would say I don't know SynthMaster 2. Feel like I don't know what I'm doing half of the time, even though I can read the interface. I know where the oscillators are, I know where the filters are, I know where all the modulations and the envelopes are. I know what the layering section is, the FX section. I get all of these things, but to get a synthesizer to feel like this cohesive instrument, you have to use it. So today we're gonna try to do some sound designing, and what I want to do is to play it a bit safe as to, how do I put this? I want to be fair to the synth, because with the last episode with tone boosters, I feel like I was unfair because I just didn't know anything in there. And whenever you make a video like that, I don't like making videos where I'm overly negative about something when it then turns out that maybe I shouldn't have been, because now I know it better. Anytime you use anything for the first time, it's always gonna feel like weird and shitty unless it's got a simple interface. So I want to give SynthMaster 2 a chance. Now, I've already heard some rumors about some bugs already in my chat, so we'll try to see what happens. So hello and welcome to Jakob Live. This evening stream will be all about SynthMaster 2, and I'll try not to stray too far off topic this time. I actually want to get in deep with this. Do you like the music in the Mac? It's something I'm working on right now. One of these days I'm gonna make a video about actually making cyberpunk music and how you can go around it, because a lot of people fall into the trap of, once they start making cyberpunk music, it starts sounding like synthwave or retrowave or anything like that. And it's very easy to fall into those kind of categories. And I want to start by saying that when I've tried SynthMaster 2 and going through some of the presets in here, there are so many sick sounding presets. This synthesizer sounds amazing. Like it sounds like one of the best, I've heard. It sounds great. There's some amazing patches in there. It's got this very analog sound to it. I'm gonna turn off the music in the Mac, which is a track that I've been working on. It's gonna go into my album, my cyberpunk album, but it's taking long time because I'm taking so long because I'm trying to write some fun, good lyrics for it. I want it to be out of a perspective of someone who is living a life outside of society, someone who is more punk, less. I almost said. I don't know how to say it. I'm gonna have to think about this before I can phrase exactly what the kind of vision I have for the character that I am when I'm doing cyberpunk music. But yeah, I guess if you listen to the one I did with Unosynth Pro, you kind of get a feel for what I want to achieve with my lyrics. I want it to be about, some kind of a digital criminal that doesn't see him or herself like a criminal, because it's a hacker jack. That's all it is. So yeah, sorry. Let's go into SynthMaster. Right now, what? What's this? Why am I not? It always starts out good. Let's see here. That's on. Wait, I know what it is. No? What? Wait a minute. Am I getting... Oh, I see. I see what I did. Sorry about that. It sounds great, by the way. This thing sounds absolutely great, and I know you can probably not see the what I'm playing on the keyboard here, but I do have a keyboard here, so if you're hearing stuff and you can't see my fingers, I guess you can see on here what I'm doing. So what I want to do is to start from scratch, completely from scratch, and we'll see what happens. Someone says SynthMaster 1 is my favorite synth, period. Can make unbelievable textures, constant motion, does other stuff too, of course, but textures are my bread and butter. Yeah, one thing I can say is I don't want to use it like this, actually, because I hate that everything becomes smaller. So what we're going to do right from the start, we're just going to turn off, we're just going to go out of AUM and start up SynthMaster 1 like this, because I want the full screen. Whenever I work with sound design, oh god, no, why are you loading like that? How do I... Settings, right? User interface? Yeah, there we go. Skin. Let's use the blue one. I think that's the one I used before. So I have to restart this now, right? Okay. Let's see here. That should make it blue. Come on. There we go! Yes, it's blue. Now, I would agree with what I know about what's inside here, like the oscillators, filters, modulations, and everything. Yeah, a lot of people are mentioning Serum. Yeah, it kind of resembles Serum, and it's got that wavetable synthesis and all kinds of other synthesis stuffs in there. It's very close. It's like as if someone had Serum in mind when they did this. I felt kind of the same way with SynthMaster 1, you know, it's got that same feeling. And it's interesting because Serum is something that people have been screaming for a very long time, right? And there are 2 other developers working on 2 other Serum, not clones, but Serum-like synthesizers. And I can never remember their names. But for those of you who do know what I'm talking about, type it in the chat so that people can see it and go and follow their Twitter accounts or something. I never remember. I want to start from scratch, so let's just do that. And I think you do that by... And here we start. Here we go. Here we go. Press there, right? Yes, init. Initialize preset. Now we've got a clean preset. Okay, so that sounds like a square waveform to me. Alright, square waveform, and the first thing I want to do is I want to choose a wavetable of some sort. Let's see here. I go to waveforms and let's choose something. Let's go into let's try asymmetrical. Okay, I actually like that, but that's not what I'm looking for right now. That's not what I'm looking for either. Analog. Sawtooth. There's a whole lot of waveforms in here. I love that. Let's take something. I want something a bit... I want it to be soft. Wait, Rhodes? Okay, if we filter that a little bit, I just want to... There's so many squares open. Can't you just... Yes, you can. Let me try that again. So if they're all open, I tap outside and they all go away. It's the same as in SynthMaster 1, I think. Let's turn on the first filter. And if I want to modulate this, I just tap on it, right? Yeah, like that. And then add modulation. And I go into... I mean, this is like using SynthMaster 1. It feels exactly like SynthMaster 1. And I like it when they do pop-up menus for modulation, so I don't have to go through a matrix. Let's go to... Let's just use an LFO. LFO 1 works well. There's 6 LFOs in here. I thought there were 4. Let's go to LFO 1. How do I switch between the different LFOs? Because we've got LFO 1 right now. I can't see. Do you... There we go. LFO 1. Wait. I thought there were 6 LFOs. There's 4 LFOs. Didn't I just see 6 LFOs? Add modulation. Let's see here. Come on. I can't do that? Okay, let's do it here. Add modulation, LFO. Here it says 6 LFOs. But here I only see 4 LFOs. What? Chat, what am I, like... Yeah, press and hold the LFO buttons. I am, and I see 4 of them, and I can't scroll. But when I add something here, when I want to modulate it, it says that there's 6. Where is 5 and 6? I haven't found the other LFO. Oh, Sasha, this has happened to you too? Yeah, okay, so maybe that's a bug, or maybe there are 6 of them, or maybe there's only 4. I don't know, or maybe they're hidden somewhere. I have no idea. Let's just, it doesn't matter. Let's just use it as it is. We have 4 LFOs, so we can do loads with 4 LFOs. Now I would like this to sync to key, so I'm gonna press. Does it have Keysync? Because it has sync. Okay, so sync is Keysync. So it re-triggers there. Okay, good. Let's try to do this. Let's choose to turn the face around. I want it to begin like that. It's a bit slow. Can I choose a different speed here? That works for me. So what we're doing right now is we're just running one waveform through a filter and then just modulating that filter with an LFO. That's nothing really special. Okay, it's a bit harsh. It is a bit harsh. Now, is there, let's see here, routing? Okay, so right now we're running oscillator 1 through filter 1 and then out. Can we have them go in, okay, so they do go in serial. Wait, here we go. We can do them in split, we can do them in parallel, and we can do them in serial. I think we're gonna do them. Let's just start by doing them in serial, and I'll use filter 2 here as kind of a limit for the first filter. And that way it doesn't go too sharp. Hello everyone who's dropping in. We're just playing around with SynthMaster 2. Now I want I want something more interesting to happen, and the good thing in here is its sequencer, because its sequencer is drawable. And what I like with that one is also it doesn't expect you to sit here and draw in this little window. You just press the what's it called? The glass, magnifying glass. You press that and you get it up like this. Now we want to add this to something before we do anything, and what I would like to add it to, let's see here, what could we add it to make it interesting? Before we do that, let's just add the second oscillator. Turn this one off, and now we're only hearing second oscillator. Alright, I like that. Let's keep the saw waveform. I like that you can filter the waveforms directly inside the oscillator or waveform view. It's super helpful. It's small things like this I don't see in many other synthesizers. So I want this to play the bass note. Let's pull the pitch down. Let's see here. Oh wait, not that many octaves. I just want one octave down. So 12 semi-notes. No. Oh, come on. Ah, I hate this. Wait. No. Is it right now? No. Oh God. This is so annoying. Come on. Give me just one octave. Oh. Can I double tap and maybe type it in? Can I type it in? No? This is frustrating. I just wanted to... Oh, God, I hate this. Come on. 12. One octave. Can I let go? Is there... Chat, is there any way I can get this to work without me becoming crazy? There we go. It's closer. It's not quite there. That's why it's, you know. Oh, set pitch? Is that it? Set pitch. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so one octave, basically. That's what I want. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, Samuel, it is hard, but obviously they knew about that. So if you are having problems getting the right value into the knob, you tap it. Thank you, Sasha, I think it was. Tap set pitch, and then you can choose exactly how you want to do it from there. You know, many times in synthesizers, I just wish that there was a button where you could activate it and have it move in either octaves or in semi notes, or that when they're like fine-tuning knobs, because a lot of synthesizers they will always be like stepped, so you always do it in semitones, and then you have a fine-tune next to it if you want to sway around and do some weird stuff. Here they do have a spot for an extra knob here. Why don't they do that instead? Just do a semitone knob here and then a fine tune next to it. So we got a bass in here now, and we got that higher tone. Now what's nice is we can actually adjust the layer, we can actually adjust volumes of layers. Yes, there's layers, which is awesome, because if I press here, right now we're inside layer 1, and if I press here, we've got a whole other layer with another set of oscillators, oscillator 1 and 2. So if I play this, so we've been working inside layer 1, and if I play this and pull down on the volume, you'll hear it go away. There, we can't hear it anymore. So if I want to activate, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to turn this off. That's what I'm going to do. Turn layer 2 on. And in here we can do some other stuff. But I realize maybe I should work a little bit more on layer 1. No, let's not do that. Let's keep working on this one. Now for this one, the first layer basically is holding our low bass and the mid bass. And this one I want holding a bit of the fun stuff, and we're gonna use the sequencer in here, and we're gonna draw in some cool stuff and maybe filter this off. So what can we do here? I want a pretty harsh sounding high frequency waveform for this one, because this is gonna be our top layer, whereas the first one is the bottom layer. This is not harsh enough, so let's choose something else. Maybe just go for a noise. That's harsh, and it's so nice. You can high cut it. This is so nice. And right from the get-go, we are going to filter this with filter 1. We're not going to use a low pass. We can switch out the filter types over here, and we're going to use a band pass or high pass. Band pass or high pass. I think high pass. And that way we're removing. Hear that? That way we are removing the bottom thing, because we don't want that in here. We just want the nice high stop. Oh, by the way, hello everyone who is sitting there not talking, just listening in. I know that some of you are doing some work or maybe doing some dishes or something. I know you're there. Wait. Oh yeah, that's right. We're not in that anymore. Never mind. Alright, so Oscillator 2, I want that to be something even weirder. So let's just choose a waveform in here. And UHF. Turn that on. That is... Ooh. I'm turning off first oscillator. Can we do something weird with this thing? So let's see here. Let's go to... can we do something maybe with... I'm wondering here. What can we do with you? What can I do with you? Ooh. Can we modulate the high cut, maybe add some modulation, and go to the sequencer, sequencer 1. Okay, let's open up the sequencer here. Do that. And some of you might recognize what this actually is. I mean, it's kind of like this is kind of the thing that we built with our Wobulator, you know. But in that case, it's like it's more like a sequence LFO. You can use this as an LFO if you want. You can draw it in like that, but it's very reminiscent of absolute, like Massive and stuff like that. I think Massive was one of the first synthesizers I used where they implemented a system like this, where you could have like some nice waveforms and stuff. Factory by Sugar Bytes also does it, but here we get to draw it in, which is super nice. This is super nice. It's more like the synthesizer that I reviewed a little while ago at the beginning of this year, made by Quishy. Now I can't remember the name of that synth, but yeah. It's running way too slow right now, so let's just increase speed a little bit. That's a bit too... So it's looping around in this area right now. I can't remember how you turn off the looping. Release slope, final, release time, attack slope. Is anyone else also recognizing these glitched out things here? I think the knobs are supposed to sit inside these holes here, aren't they? I just noticed that. That's a bit weird. Loop start on the left side. Loop start, there we go. Right, and it tells you where the loop should start. Let's just loop this from the first step. Randomize. Someone says play around and modulate the algorithm. How do I do that? Is there a way to do that? To actually play around with that? Like with these? That would be nice. So right now, what have I set it to? I want to set it to a default mode. And let's just do this. This doesn't do anything now. Oh, it's a beat multiplier. Wait. 1 times divided by half. There's so many options in here. That sounded awful. That's way too loud. That's way too loud, way too loud. And maybe we should modulate the volume also with a sequencer. We'll use the same sequencer for now. Can I limit that somehow? You know what I would want to do? I'd probably want to... Let's see if that copy settings. Yes, so you can copy all these settings and we can go to sequencer 2. Open that up. Paste that in. Hey honey. My beautiful baby just came home from the store. And she's been doing weird stuff like she always does. What? Sorry. Nothing? I said nothing. Just you go do your thing. Okay? Okay, bye. Bye. Am I in 2 now? Paste this. Oh yeah, I already did. So now we have the same setting here. So let's go to volume and add modulation and sequencer 2. And that will switch it out, will it? Or does it add more? Remove modulation 1. Okay, so now only that one is doing it. Am I still on 2 here? Which one am I at? No, this is 1. Okay, let me go to number 2 here. Number 2. Number 1. This patch still doesn't sound interesting, but it will. Choose another algorithm and there comes a new knob. Ah, I get it. Okay, so right now we're using... Okay, I get it. Still doesn't sound interesting yet. Let's keep building on this. Okay, so let's do something for layer 2 here because I want to distort it a bit or something. So we'll use filter 2. Let's see here. Let's choose a distortion. After filter. Oof, okay. Oof. Take it easy, take it easy, don't... It sounds like we've got something. It's almost we've got some dirt in there, but it sounds like we've got something clanking on something else. It sounds like there is an instrument in there or something, wooden blocks, or I don't know what it is, but there's something maybe a bit metallic. So what I want to try right now, this is as rudimentary and as simplistic as it gets. The only thing we've been doing is working with waveforms, filters, and simple sequencers, LFOs, simple sequencers. We've really done nothing. We haven't even drawn in any intricate things or anything like that. Now, I like being minimalistic with my initial settings for a patch, and then I want to see what happens as soon as I throw on reverbs, because reverbs and delays, they pick out stuff from sounds and they amplify them and they throw them back at you, you know, and things happen. And many times when I make my sounds, the results I end up with have usually been something simple, but me throwing a big reverb on it. And you know, there's something to be said about, there's this joke, you know, when you work as a sound technician or an engineer, there's a lot of singers, especially when you work with singers. They come in, you know, and maybe they're getting a few sour notes here and there, and they're like, "Hey, it will be better if you just throw on a little bit of reverb." And you know, sometimes I'm probably gonna get shot for saying this, but sometimes, yes, it does. I mean, you can't make sour notes sound not sour, you know? But you can do something magical with reverb sometimes, depending on what it is that you're trying to do. If a song is heavily based upon your voice and your singing, no, you're not going to be able to drown out your sour notes and stuff like that. But depending on the music style and everything, I kind of use the same kind of mindset for my sounds when I work with sound. Sometimes something doesn't sound that good, but as soon as you throw on a reverb and you start blurring out the stuff that didn't sound so good, you get something new in there. This is what happened the first time I tried out making my own shimmer reverb. It's something that started years ago, actually, I think decades ago, and it took me all this time until I now have an iPad and AUM for me to even, you know, attempt to do something that I would actually end up using in the end. And that's what happened with the episode. I mean, it's me feeling like, yeah, now I can finally present something that I think is pretty cool and good, because before that, when I tried doing my own shimmer reverbs, I was so shit and it sounded awful. But it turns out that a huge wet reverb was all I needed. I've been talking for too long. I've been droning on here. Let's go to the effects. Hello, Tony. I can see that you're in there. I hope you're doing good. Effects. What? What is this? Do I need to turn the effects on or something? Wait, routing, effects. Okay. Oh no, has it bugged out? Ugh. Long tap, thank you. I need to learn that. Long tap and yes. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is, this is the second or first layer. Wait, let's go turn off the first layer. Turn on the second layer. Go to effects. Now the second layer has almost no bass in it because we've already filtered all of that out. I'll always like doing that because rumbling reverbs are horrible. So long tap, thank you. And go to where is it? Reverb. Okay. Now I quite like the sorry about that sound. I quite like the reverb in SynthMaster 1. I like that algorithm. You could do a lot with it, and it had a kind of a what do you call it? It didn't have that much. It had a kind of a flat character to it, which is good when you want to do big swashed out sounds. And for those of you who don't know what I mean, if you listen to a metallic reverb, that sounds kind of metallic. It has a clear character to it. And if you test it, some stuff this is something I'm gonna be teaching on my channel soon enough, on my main channel. You can see the character of it, and you can see what it does. You know, there are ways of really characterizing reverbs and stuff, and I'll be showing you all those secrets in soon. So let's see what this one does, because this is the first time I'm using the reverb in here. I hope you can hear this. Wait a minute, can I? So that's the early and the late reverb. Early EQ, let's filter that off a bit. Late EQ too. Okay, now we're getting something. You have an effect layer 2 beside the preset menu. Beside the preset menu. Effect layer. What? What? Beside the presets? You mean this one? Ah, okay. That is interesting. This is really, really powerful. Thank you, Sasha. This is great. Of course, there are buttons up here too. Now we're getting character in here. This is exactly what I wanted, but I want it to be more filtered. Hello Joshua, I hope you've had a great day so far. We're testing out SynthMaster and it's starting to sound like something I want to use. I would definitely put this sound into chaotic, and I mean it's not a nice sound to listen to. It's got a lot of character. It's so swashed out right now. It's so incredibly swashed out. Let's see if we can. We increase the distance to full, size to full. Too much dampening. So let's do this. Let's pull down on some of these. So we got a lot of character there. Now, what I did, the last thing, I didn't really talk about it, but I just thought that the sound, the noise oscillator from the first one, it just added too much chaos into everything. So I just thought, let's filter it off a little bit and make sure that it doesn't sound all of the time. And now it just creates a bit of, you know, like a rug for the rest of the sound to lay on. I like the reverb here. Now, the first one sounds too dry, which is good when you want a bass sound, but I want it to be more than just a bass sound. So we're gonna go to layer 1. And we're gonna start adding effects to this one too, and I'm gonna start out by doing distortion. Kind of like that, actually. So let's try to add, this is gonna be, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but I want to try doing the reverb again. And it's nice that we can filter off the bass. That sounds kind of nice to me. to try doing some more modulation here, but what I want to do now is just make sure that we have a soft envelope. Wait, so this is ADSR1, right? So that should be... Wait, ADSR1. Is ADSR being used as the amp envelope here? Is it? Or do we have an amp envelope that I'm not seeing right now? Because I'm a bit confused. Seeing how this is kind of the first time I'm doing any sound design in this. Hello Dan, what's up? Oh, what's up Mitch? Seth says LFO on the wavetable index. That sounds like a great idea, by the way. I want to do that. Let me just give this a soft start first. So is there an amp envelope here, or do I have to assign this to the volumes myself? FX right now. Is there? Is there? Take care, Samuel. No, this is the amp envelope right now. Oh, there we go. Much bass in this one still. Too much bass in this still. So let's just add a filter bank. No, not a filter bank. What am I thinking? That's not what I want. What is it that I want? Wait, is there a filter here? I mean, we could use this as a low pass. Let's see here. This is a... Okay, so it is a proper filter bank where you can set all the filter types. And that's nice. Not bad, not bad. 12 dB HP filter. I kind of like that. Now let's see if we can modulate some more stuff here, because it sounds a bit it sounds a bit cinematic actually. It sounds really good. Should be ADSR1. Thank you, Seth. And hello Russ. I hope you're doing nice. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Oh, you know what we haven't done yet? We haven't saved this. That would be a terrible thing. Save preset as... I should have asked you from the beginning what we should do, but let's just make a new bank and call it live stream. Like that. And the preset name should be... What should the preset name be? Okay, I'm gonna name it Seth's Cinematic Farts, because I'm just like that. Sorry, Seth. There we go. So now we've got it saved. Seth's is Cinematic Farts, and what we can do now is try to modulate this a little bit more. Now I do wanna. It's a wavetable synthesizer, so I do wanna do more stuff with the wavetable and modulate this. Now here is what I don't know. I don't know how to do this yet, so I'm wondering, how do I do this? Now right now we've got a low pass algorithm. Can we bend, sync, and other pulse bit crush? Let's just try bend. And what do I do now? Because this is new to me. Give me an idea. Wavetable is back in Oscillator 1. Okay, I'm in Oscillator 1. Voices. No. What am I looking for here, chat? I'm lost. Look at the bend knob. At the bend knob. Oh, you mean this one? You mean this one, Sasha? Okay. Ah, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Phase modulation, let's just do that. Let's just do that. Phase modulation first, add modulation to phase, LFO 2. It's going too fast, LFO 2. LFO 2, you're way too fast. Okay, take it easy. Let's go back to Oscillator 1. We got the bend knob here. Let's modulate that, also with LFO 2. Wait, how do I make the modulation go the other way around? It will swing back now and go back. I don't know if that's possible, but sometimes it's nice to set it so that you can have the modulation go only one way back and forth, or only backwards back and forth. Other algorithms are more aggressive. Is there any algorithm you could recommend, Sasha? Because I'd love to try it out. I mean, we've already made something nice here. Now I'm just interested in making it more interesting, basically. And I feel a bit lost. Sup, Leon? I hope you've had a good day so far. I'm having a really good day. I get to play around with SynthMaster. Bend plus minus. Okay, let's try that. Let's do this. Let's do this. Turn off layer 2. There's clearly something happening. Okay, let's turn off this layer, go to layer 1 and mess around with this. Let's go to Oscillator 2, turn off Oscillator 1 so we only hear this. Or sync saw. Yeah. Let's try this one. I'm using sync saw here right now. One of them. Sync saw. Which one is it? Sync saw COS. I don't know how to pronounce that in English. In Swedish we say kus. Kus. Yeah, I like what happens when we do the sync stuff. So LFO 3. There we go. Oh, there we go. Yes, baby. No, no, wrong one. Wait. LFO 3. That's interesting because it sounds like it disappears and comes back. You can also use the FMPM in the routing. Oh, of course. That would be nice too, to be able to cross modulate all of the oscillators into one another. Let's change that phase around. That's interesting. Let's speed up the... Wait a minute. Noise? Oh, that's even better. Put a little bit of noise in the sequencer. Where the ARP is, there is routing. Where the ARP is, there is routing. ARP. And now you have to sit here painfully looking at me trying to find ARP. Whenever someone says ARP, I'm always thinking close to the keyboard, but that's not it. Macros, oh, it's got macros too. That's nice. Mod matrix, ARP. There we go. Arp Sequencer. What was I looking at? What was I looking for? Where I have ARP. Above the reverb. Above the reverb? Yeah. You mean ARP? Wait. What? Now I'm confused, Sasha. Let's just see what this sounds like right now. Yeah. Okay, that's nice. Seth, your cinematic farts sound pretty good, you know? You should sample them. Overwrite this preset? Yes, I want to overwrite this preset. Sup, Jack? Oh, I missed that you were in the chat, but thank you for coming. Have a nice day, Mitch. Okay, let's see if we can do some more stuff here. Let's go to layer 1 again. I want to add modulation to the tuning from the LFO, LFO4. I don't know about you, but I kind of like that. It's something I would use together with some other sounds to build up an intro or something for a song. How long did it actually take us to do this? I was fumbling around a lot, so we've been streaming for an hour. I did talk a lot in the beginning there, so let's pull off maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes. And then I also had help from the chat. So about an hour or something like that for me to make something like this. You know, it all comes down to the amount of time you spend in the synthesizer making sounds. Even when you are really, really well versed in a synth, or when you're like really friends with a synth, like me and Thor, or me and Waldorf Knave, or me and Agonizer. I mean, some of the sounds. Take the Neon Nightmare Priest pack I made for Agonizer. Some of the sounds actually took me weeks to get to the point where I wanted them. I'm not kidding you. I'm not saying 8 hours a day, you know, working on a preset for weeks. I'm saying 2 hours here, 3 hours here, 4 hours here, until I could get it right. And whereas other sounds took me about 5 minutes, knew exactly what I wanted to do and needed to do. And that's just the way it is, you know, because it's a creative process. You're just sitting and testing out stuff sometimes, and sometimes you know exactly what you want. With this one, even if I knew exactly what I wanted, I would still be fumbling around inside the synthesizer, because the interface is not that. It's not something I've been using a lot. It takes some time to get into. It's even SynthMaster 1. I've had that for longer. And even though I've had it for longer, I haven't used it that much. So I end up not using it, even though it sounds amazing, which is a shame. Still, the synthesizers I use the most, I'm not kidding you, it's still Waldorf Knave is one of them. Agonizer goes without saying, of course, but yeah, when it comes to all the synths I use on a daily basis, I'll also tell you this, the built-in synthesizer inside Cubase's, I use that all the time when I need something that sounds a bit analog, because it sounds analog. And when you're doing cyberpunk, it's got great presets in there that you can start from. Usually I always start from scratch, but sometimes I've just chosen the preset and just gone from there, because it already has everything set up for me. But yeah, if you've got Cubases and you've never really sat down with the synth in there, you really should go in and just listen to it. It sounds great. It's surprisingly good. Well, I shouldn't say surprisingly. I mean, it is Steinberg after all. They've been doing this for many, many years. The first version of Steinberg I saw was on an Atari computer. So, yeah. Now, if I play higher notes, I'll probably not like what this sounds like. And I don't. And it is because of there's this, it becomes a bit more whiny. For me to like high-pitched sounds, they need to do more stuff than this. I've been tweaking something for bass now. I do like the dissonance though. The dissonance is great, especially for the type of music I'm working with now. I've been working with dissonance for quite some time. It's just that lately, these past 5 years, I feel like dissonance is actually working for me now. Before it felt like it was working against me. Everything just sounded sour. It's not clear. It's an unclear little line there between sour and dissonant. It's a hair thin line. It's so easy to go over to the dark side and make it sound bad, and just sour. But dissonance done right will definitely enhance your music, and it adds so much. Like the most boring, straightforward 4-on-the-floor melody can start sounding interesting as soon as you start throwing dissonance in there. Your quickest way of doing that, if you don't want to mess around with synth patches, is Discord 4 by Audio Damage. Oh yeah. See, this one sounds too sour because the detuning is just happening. There's too much of the detuning happening. Now, we have been working with the synthesizer. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you some of my most favorite presets in here, because I've actually I've got favorites. So here are some of my favorites. Let's just do a little restart here. There we go. Ow! This is a definite favorite. It's called SQ Brainstormer. I love this one. Another one is this. Please don't crash. Hello, Jim. I hope you're doing well. Hey, Swan. Swan. I'm gonna call you Swan. Swan released I think it's a sample pack recently, with sounds made with AGONIZER. I thought that was a very nice pack. Very nice project, by the way. Anyone get why I like this one? Anyone understand why I like this one? Why this is such a favorite? I mean, it sounds good. It's called SQ Devil. Now here's another one, Mindbender. The only thing we needed here is basically just a drum thing, right? We just need a drum. What's up, Vortex? I hope you're doing good. Totemkopf or Totemkopf. I don't know. It's German. Anyone get why I like this one? Listen to that filter scream, it's insane. It has a range, screaming range, that is unreal. It just sounds unreal. It's crazy how it can scream. I love it. I love it so much. What's going on here? Why am I not hearing this one? This is so weird. I'm supposed to hear it. Why am I not hearing any of these? I don't know why. These four, I found these the first day I opened up SynthMaster 2. And I was just looking for some sounds to make some music, basically. I don't know if I still have that. You know what? I'm gonna check. Let's see here. Let's open up Cubasis 3 and see if I still have that. I started working on something, but I can't remember exactly if I have it. If I still have it. Let's see here. Don't I have it? SynthMaster 2. Do I still have this thing? Let's see here. Let's see here what this is. I can't remember if this is anything good. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. It's basically just me using some drums that I made myself. I used the Hackerjack bass drum and the SeekBeats snare that I made in SeekBeats, the app. I mean, that app is just... Oh God, listen to this snare. I just love that. It sounds great. So what do I have here? Okay, so it's basically three SynthMasters, and so this is the first one. And then I found another cool one, like this. And also this one. And it's basically the first preset I heard in SynthMaster. And if you put them together with some drums, you just get some nice sounding cyberpunk stuff. yeah, I mean, SynthMaster 2 is just fat. It sounds great. I just need some more time, and I'm probably not gonna have it. To be quite honest, I'm not gonna have enough time to sit down and learn SynthMaster to a degree where I've learned, for instance, Nave or anything like that. My time is so limited nowadays. Like, it's been so extremely limited. And I've been struggling mostly with trying to get more content out on the main channel. And in order to do that, I've had to work more, basically, and pull down on some of the bigger projects. And it leaves me no time to really sit down and learn a synth. So when I want to produce music, I use stuff that I know. And which is why I've turned to Cubases. I've turned to using synthesizers I know, like Nave, which makes great sounds for cyberpunk. That synthesizer is still relevant. It sounds great, and even Waldorf even released it for desktop. I mean, it's insane. And I also use Core Gadget, and it would be nice for me to use some new synths. I've got this going here, but honestly, what I'll be doing is recording these lines for my song, and then I'm just gonna go and add other synths to this, because I just don't have the time to sit down with SynthMaster 2. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe during the winter holidays, during Christmas and stuff like that, maybe I'll have some time and sit down and really work with it. Maybe. But most of the time, when I have some time over, I have to think about other things. There's always stuff that needs to be done, and work that needs to be done, and videos that needs to be done. For next year, I would like to put out a new big sound pack for Agonizer synth, for instance. It would be nice to be able to come up with a new app too. There's always things that's gonna come in between. But yeah, like, my final thoughts on SynthMaster, even though I don't know it, it can do so much. It looks like a serum for iOS, and it's got way more than we've been able to see here today. And just from listening to some of the presets in there, it's insane. There are presets that sounds like they're out of this world. You can truly do amazing stuff with SynthMaster 2. And do I recommend it? I highly recommend it, because it's sick. It's absolutely sick. It's been tough to release new products each week this month while still doing videos and live streams every week. Yeah, it is, and you are gonna burn yourself out, Vortex. If you don't streamline everything you do, you are gonna burn yourself out. I have burned myself out, I think it's 3 times already, and I've been doing this for what, 7 years now, or more. Actually, it's more. I mean, before that, I was touring and stuff, and it doesn't help you, because you only get older and you don't get better. You don't get stronger doing this. It's a taxing thing to do, and I hope you've got it covered, on other bases, because when you're a small channel, I'm still a small channel, considering the rest of YouTube. When you're a small channel, Vortex, if you gotta have some other venues to make money on. I know you do sound packs and stuff like that. Find more. Find as many as you can, as many things as you can. I don't know if you've been able to get any sponsorships yet. I haven't been checking up on that. I actually don't know how it's going for everyone, and we should do one of these group talks once in a while, actually. Maybe once a month, just get together and talk, everyone in the sphere, see how we can help each other out. Because especially if you're a person like me or yourself, doing this on a regular basis very, very often, like a job, then you need to make sure that you're getting taken care of in other areas too, monetarily, and that can be extremely hard when you're a small channel. I know, because but back when I started with this, there weren't that many channels that were actually reporting on iOS music. You had Doug, and there were channels, but there weren't that many, okay? And so I had to fight tooth and nail, and I'm still doing that. I'm still fighting tooth and nail. And I kind of want it that way. I wouldn't want the channel to grow too fast, because I only want the people who want my content to subscribe on me. And I've seen it now. I've seen the effect of someone shouting me out, giving me props, and then getting a bunch of subscribers, but you don't get increased views. I don't like that. It's not that I don't want people to shout me out, because you're always going to get one or two people who wants to watch, but you get these inflated statistics, and the way that the algorithm works, it kind of works against you. When you get an influx of something and then everything drops, the algorithm seems to think that you're unpopular, which is weird. So I've just been struggling trying to find content that my viewers will like, which is why I've been focusing mainly on apps now, and I kind of miss reporting on hardware. So it was nice when Roland contacted me and gave me the Go Mixer Pro, because yeah, stuff like that. I also got the iLoud speaker from IK Multimedia, so that's another thing I'm going to review. And as soon as the weather becomes nicer outside, well, it's nice for me now. I like rain and I like the cold, but as soon as it becomes a little bit more warm, maybe a little bit more dry, I'll take the Go Mixer Pro X, and I'll take the iLoud, I'll take the iPad and a synth or two, and I'll go out and I'll do a setup. You know, I want it to be portable, easy to carry with me, and just make some music outside. I want that to be the next outdoor series episode. I have to do some more. No sponsorships yet, gonna wait till 10k subs. Actually, Vortex, you can get sponsorships earlier, you can. What you have to do is you have to start making friends with some brands now, so that you're on you know, that you know each other a little bit more. I don't know how many brands you are in contact with right now, but I would suggest you actually write to them and talk to them. Since you are so heavily based on Steinberg, contact them. Maybe you already have. If they haven't answered you yet, wait a little bit longer and talk to them again. Sometimes they have this threshold for a channel before they want to talk to someone. But introduce yourself to people, and in the beginning you are gonna have to work, you know, kind of for free. You get a product, you review it, and make sure you talk to them about keeping the product if you review it. I always do. You don't want to send that stuff back. If you've been spending a month with something like I did with the mixer, I spent a month with it, okay? I spent a month with it, really throwing everything at it, and all of that whole month is then directed down into a 15, 16 minute video. Maybe it was even 17. Yeah, it was, because I added an extra minute before I posted it. And that was about the loopback function. I forgot to talk about the loopback function in my initial recordings for that video. So yeah, I kind of added that at the end, and I had to struggle to get the light and everything right, because all of the first material I recorded that during the 3 days, and everything was set up. So when I realized I had forgotten to talk about the loopback, I had to rebuild the setup, make it exactly the same. And some people will say, what do you mean build up? There's nothing on the table. There's just one or two devices. Yeah, you'd be surprised, because I got a setup that always changes, and basically the lights I use, the bright white lights, sunlights, I call them, they're in these arms, you know, like regular office desk lights, so they swivel around, and so I always move them to get stuff sorted out for me streaming. Like me streaming, now I have to turn them away. If I'm filming on the table, I have to turn them down, but I always have to look at the light levels, because sometimes one of them is a little bit greener than the other one. If I put it too close, then half of the picture becomes green. It's small things like this, you know, time wasters. Try to get away from all of that. I've already seen your setup, so I don't think you have that problem really, but if you start doing videos like that, you're gonna have that problem. Yeah, the value, Vortex, listen to me. The value for the company is you talking about the product and using it. That's the value. I think you got value right now, so just go for it. Alright? Go for it, dude. Start out early. You get to learn the ropes, and you get to understand how they work too, because that's an entire thing. Talking with a company is I don't know how many people are interested in this. I'm probably gonna get a lot of down thumbs, like, hey, you said you were gonna talk about SynthMaster. Well, when you talk to a company the first time, you don't really know what you're or who you're talking to, because usually it's a faceless person and it's just a name and a marketing manager, marketing blah blah blah. It might be artist, engagement person. I know it's a weird term and they don't use that. I just made it up, but I think you know what I mean. And what goes through your mind, and the things they might expect, just be honest and ask them about things straight up from the beginning. Always make everything clear straight up from the beginning, and you'll be good to go. Because, yeah, in the end, we are numbers. Okay, most of the time when I take a deal with a company, I'm doing it because they're not treating me as a number. They're treating me as a person, and the person I'm talking to needs to really be sensitive to that. If they're not, I hang up, and that's as simple as it is. Which is why I'm so shitty as a business person. If you want to become successful business-wise, you don't do it like me, okay? You do not choose art over money all the time, because if you do choose art, if you choose money and skimp a little bit on the art sometimes, then you have a little bit more money to do more art. That's the thing I could never get into my thick, stupid skull, okay? I had a very hard time reconciling with that. And if I could choose, it would be nice to not be reliant on any money at all. It's a pipe dream, it's silly. This is not how the world works. So for me, I had to learn the hard way, I had to burn out 3 times, and I'm tired now. I was supposed to be on vacation, okay? But what happened was, all the work that I pre-made, I had pre-made some videos, I had them in LumaFusion, I just needed to do some final touches. LumaFusion crashed, and it crashed in such a way where I couldn't save the stuff. And when I opened stuff, it was corrupted and didn't work after several reinstalls and everything. So that vacation I was talking about some time ago, I never got it. And I feel tired as hell, I feel tired. So that's just the way it is, You just have to look forward, plan, and be honest with yourself about your own shortcomings, and listen to other people. That has been very important to me. Like, I've been shitty with business, so I talk to some other YouTuber friends who are good with business to see how they do it. And I don't know how many times they've given me like the best advice ever, for doing business stuff, and I've just brushed it off and I said I can't do that because art. That's basically what I'm telling them. But every time I talk to them, what happens is that it will change you a little bit, and it will help you to think and rethink your situation. So always be open to talking to people and listening to second opinions. It's very, very important. That type of discourse, I know what it's like to have a huge ego and be really, really easily butthurt and stand your ground and stuff. But I've been wrong so far in the way that I've been doing business, and it didn't start going better until I started listening to people. I've had cases where people from companies are telling me, Jacob, you're just being dumb now. Stop it. This is not gonna hurt your art. This is not gonna. It's gonna help you. Okay, so just take it easy. Yeah, I'm a neurotic person, and I'm very hard. I have a hard time trusting people. So that's just the way it is. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to let go. It's hard to let go. Always want to be in control. That's the problem. You got a 10-year plan. Okay, does this plan involve YouTube going into shits? Because it should. It really should. So if you got a plan that plans for that stuff, that's good. I don't have a good plan right now. I have a plan for what would happen if that happened, because I've been tired of how YouTube have been running stuff, which is annoying in many, many cases. They do weird changes, and so far it's good. I'm still here, but that could disappear at any time, right? And in the end, we'll just have to see. it feels like it's just a privilege that I've been able to do this for so long. To be honest, it feels like a privilege. I owe everything I have thanks to both to YouTube and my audience. So privileged. My audience could just up and run away at any point. I don't think that, but you know, you never know what happens. Stuff might happen. I think it would be a bigger risk that something actually happened to YouTube itself, and that I would have to look for another platform. And so far, I've been looking for platforms all over, and so far I just haven't found a platform that is right there yet. It's not quite there. So far, YouTube has been the platform. I don't know. We'll just see. I don't know what the world is going to look like in 10 years, for crying out loud. It looks a bit dark. It looks a bit dark. All we can do is to keep our spirits up and try to fight the good fight. Like Three Dog says, if anyone plays Fallout, then maybe you'll get that reference. Twitch and YouTube are the main... Yeah, and Twitch, I hope I don't anger anyone. I don't like Twitch, not as a platform. It's not that I don't like Twitch or the people there. What I don't like is their inconsistent rulings with how they are banning people. It's so inconsistent, it's even scary how inconsistent and how unfair it is sometimes. It scares me. It scares me to even try to start anything there. And at the same time, I'm already full here. So if I would do anything there, it would have to be some kind of a, you know, where it streams at the same time. I don't know what the point of that would be. I know that there are apps that does that, streams to multiple platforms at the same time, because some people just like using a certain platform, and Twitch is one of them. But to start over and try to grow there now, I don't know. I think I'd have an easier time growing on something like Instagram or TikTok or something like that. I've been looking at TikTok, and what I don't like with TikTok is fleeting, okay? Fleeting. I don't like fleeting content. I want to make stuff that sticks around, which is why I'm working with, whenever I do, you know, synthesis and stuff like that, I talk about concepts, because those concepts have been around for, 100 years, and are going to keep on being around for 100 years, the concept itself. So I like explaining concepts. I like making stuff that sticks and sticks around. Yeah, I mean, sure that stuff changes. I get that, but I don't like fleeting stuff. I'm never like that. I want to make stuff that matters, which is why I don't know if TikTok is even my thing. Like, you know, a lot of people have suggested it, but it just feels so fleeting. It feels fleeting. I'm not saying that people are making bad content there. That's not it. It's just that, yeah, it doesn't feel like, it just feels like you scroll by it so quickly. And the same with Instagram, you scroll by it so quickly and then it's gone. And I don't like that. I think one of the biggest issues we have in the world right now is that people, we are trying to work so hard at getting gratified instantly right now. That is a big problem. And we forget easily, because all the moments we're having are just disappearing. We can easily choose our own echo boxes to go into with our own groups and our own people, and the same minds shouting the same thing. And I just see those things as the biggest problems that we're having in civilization right now, is that we're not remembering enough. Which is why we are seeing crazy things happening. Feels like we're forgetting how things used to be and what could happen when you do certain things. Yeah. Okay, now I'm just falling off topic here. I can see people are just, everyone is stopping watching. They don't want to watch me now. He's getting too political. Even though I haven't really said anything, but yeah, I get it. Some people don't want that. They just want some synth stuff. Which is why I'm keeping my main channel the way it is, and I'm not doing anything weird there. That's what we're doing here. We get to talk about whatever we want. I would only touch Twitch if YouTube died. Yeah, don't say only. Don't say that. You never know what might happen. And what you are thinking right now might change in a year. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that has changed over years. A lot of it. Think about it. A decade. It only took a decade for a touchscreen device to come out and to get to this point where we have it's a small community, but it is quite a large community making and producing music, movies, series, videos, vlogs, graphic design, even architect. I've seen architect drawings done on touchscreens. It took a decade for that to grow to where it is today. A decade. 10 years. 10 years. And in those 10 years, a lot of stuff happened. From every app being an island on iOS, not being able to talk to each other, to audio jack, to audio bus, to AUV3, to whatever comes next. 10 years, a decade. A lot of things has changed. So keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. Yeah. I had a mentor once that told me to plan stuff in steps. And so it's good to have a 10-year plan, a 15, whatever. But that 10-year plan should have 3 steps in it too. So there's more steps in there. So in that you have a 5-year plan, and in that 5 years you have a 2-year plan or something like that. That way you can easily change direction depending on what obstacles you get in the way. And I've been very bad at implementing stuff like that. So I've mostly gotten shocked when stuff has happened. I didn't at all expect that Apple would pull in on their affiliate program, for instance, which actually did hurt a lot of people a lot. And no one was really expecting it. Some people were expecting it. Some people were expecting it to happen at some point. But I didn't have a thought about that. I didn't even think about that. It never crossed my mind. Never crossed my mind. Thank you, CFN. Reddit could potentially become YouTube Twitch platform. Yeah, Jim, I've been chased off Reddit before when it comes to mobile music making. They don't like me on there for some reason, and I really don't know why. So I don't know how I would even try to do that, but I mean, Reddit is a huge platform. They've got so much stuff going on there. I don't even know how to find stuff there anymore. To be honest, I only end up on Reddit sometimes when I ask Google about gaming questions. And usually I do find an answer on Reddit. And usually that answer proves to be correct, which is nice. So Reddit has been very, very helpful when it comes to my gaming endeavors. So that's something at least. I won't touch Bitcoin with a 10-foot pole. Too many scams. Yeah. Yeah, Bitcoin. There's just what I think is shitty with that is what I'm seeing influencers scam their fans. That's the thing that really annoys me. Bitcoin as a currency in itself, it doesn't annoy me. I like the idea of it. I get why someone would think that up and how that could be helpful. Unfortunately, it also opens up for a lot of other things like criminal behavior and enabling that kind of stuff. And that we have that same problem today with money and the economic system. All of these things always creep into every aspect of our society, right? because we have a portion of the people doing things like that, and then another portion, a larger one, doing that, and then the large portion doing this, and it gets evenly spread out. When something becomes popular and more ingrained into our society, everyone starts using it. You start seeing a shift, and right now Bitcoin seems to be there's just so many reports on scams. It's insane. So you end up thinking that that's all that Bitcoin is. I don't think it is, but that's what we're seeing right now. And what's so shitty about it is that we have influencers that actually have fans that do trust these people, unfortunately, and they're being tricked and scammed out of their money. And I don't understand how you can do that to your followers. You know, promoting something and then dumping it like that. And that's, for me, that's a malicious thing. When you're doing something like that, that's really shitty. But I'm also staying far away from it because I can't trust it because of all these reports. I don't think that that's all it is, but there's enough reports about things like that. I just don't want to get involved with it. But in the future, we are going to see more currencies like this, and I think that in the future, we're going to see a more global, kind of coin or something. Bitcoin is already that, right? But we're going to see that for the future, the foreseeable future. Maybe in 10 years, who knows? Maybe we won't be trading with regular currency in the same way that we thought about it. Who knows? I mean, I know that a lot of countries are still using like paper money and metal money. And I say that because I'm in Sweden. We were really early with doing away with that. Even banks, they even stopped taking in money when you had it. And they did these checkpoints you had to go through. If you were paid for a job with $100 or $200 in your hand, and you came in with this money, they needed to know exactly where you got it from. They closed down offices and stuff. And today, a lot of Swedes are just paying with credit cards, with blip cards, with swipes of their phones and stuff. Not that much money going in circulation, especially in the bigger cities. It's becoming moneyless. Not without money, but without the physical money. And in the future, I think that it's all going to be digital. Who knows how far away that is? It could be 10 years, it could be 20 or 30. Depends on how countries are able to, get up to that technical standard. Graphic cards no longer work for Bitcoin. Ugh. Has it become that powerful? I mean, I get that Bitcoin is one of the biggest power hogs in the world. I understand that now because I had to read up about blockchain and how this works when it comes to how computer handles Bitcoin and stuff, because I didn't understand the fundamentals of the system. And when I understood it, I realized how much power must be going for this thing. I mean, graphics cards are among the fastest processors you could use for these types of calculations. But I wonder what the biggest bit farm looks like. Just this big server hall, basically, just farming coins. Less electricity? I'm uncertain about that because it looks like it uses a huge amount of power. A huge amount to drive these server tanks, I almost said. Face created their own crypto so they can advertise it in the social media, following as a way to help. Oh god. Yeah, I've seen reports of that. It don't look good. It don't look good. It don't look good. If this is like Is this like the save the kids thing or something? That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry for falling off topic so hard. It was one of those days today. One of those days. So many viewers dropped off. Well, if any of you come back, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for boring you. But yeah, I'm always having fun talking with you about all kinds of things and not just music. Because I do that all the time on my main channel. And whenever we're here, yeah. Hello, Joe. I hope today is a good one. Yeah, it is a good day, actually. We've been doing some music. We've been listening to some music and stuff. Some SynthMaster stuff. I made some music with SynthMaster. We can have a listen again. We can have a listen again to this. Yeah, I wasn't referring to the blockchain vortex. Come on, man. Let me rephrase. I had to read up about how a blockchain works. Okay? That's simple. I know there's not one. I mean, that would be insane. If all of them went on the same, you can't do that. Or can you? Can you do that? I don't know. I don't know enough for that, but all of them has to have their own, right? Did you just make that today, Lo? No, I didn't. But this took me about 40 minutes to make. And most of the 40 minutes was me texting back to my darling when she was away shopping. Not today, but another day. I was sitting and doing this in my sofa. I had just opened up SynthMaster. I heard some nice patches in there. So this is basically the first synth patch you hear in SynthMaster when you open it up. So I brought it into Cubasis, and then I found another sound that I tweaked a little bit. And then I just added some drums from my haQ Jack project. And then I added another preset from SynthMaster, which is the lead you're hearing. So yeah, it took me about 40 minutes, but like I said, I was texting my partner, and when she came home, I played it for her. I just love this. And what the processing in here is very, very simple. So far, the only processing I'm doing, we check here, for instance, on this SynthMaster, I'm using a simple, I'm cutting off the bottom a bit. And if we look at this one, the second one, which is the bass, I'm just cutting off a little bit at the bottom. And if we look at this one, there is no processing going on. Simple like that. And then we have some processing on the snare drum, I think. No, we don't. It's only on the bass drum. Here I've done a little bit more processing, basically just lifting up a little bit around the pump, the smack of the bass, and just pulling down on the highs, because I just want the bass drum to pump a bit. And I'm also working on some stuff in Core Gadget, and it's all gonna go into my Cyberpunk project with vocals on there, distorted vocals, just like I did the Hackerjack track. So I've been working on a lot of stuff here. Let's see here. And in the end, I'm gonna make all of these songs fit into the same sound, and the sound I'm using to basically compare all the other tracks to is basically, I say that word too much. I need to find another word to say. So basically, the track I did with the Unisynth Pro, the Hackerjack track, that's the sound. That's the main overall sound. And so every other track that comes after it needs to have that sound to it to make it sound cohesive. So that's going to be the album. It's going to sound great. It's going to sound great. Oh yeah. Got my mom and my dad in chat as usual. I'm happy that you are here, okay? We don't get to meet that often. I'm going to go get my second jab, which is good, so I can start maybe traveling again. I was supposed to do that last week, and then I forgot, which is a little bit shitty. So I'm gonna fix that. Oh, thank you everyone. You're looking forward to it, Vortex? I am looking forward to it too, because when it comes out, that means that I'm done. Whenever you're working on a big project like this, you just want to see it to completion. You just, because I got the vision. I've got the vision of the visuals for the album art. And this time, I am looking so hard into maybe I can get this pressed on vinyl. I know no one's gonna buy it. I know that. I'm probably gonna end up with 100 or 200 vinyls over here with my Cyberpunk album on it. But I really need to make that. I wanna press that. So I want to say thank you so much, everyone, for joining up today. I'm gonna turn off the stream now because it's hit that 2-hour mark, and I need to go because my partner, she needs the bed. She needs to go to sleep, and I need to prepare for some stuff that I'm doing. And I'm hoping that you will be here next Wednesday. If nothing happens, it should be a regular stream again. We didn't really talk about what we're going to do then, but if maybe a synthesizer or something, or maybe talk about something else, I don't know. We'll see. So that's it. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining up. This has been Jakob haQ live with you today, and I'm just saying things now because that's what you do as an announcer or someone who talks on the radio or podcasts. You're just supposed to make stuff flow, and so you need to find things to talk about. But right now I'm talking about nothing because I can't find anything to say. I'm kind of at a loss for words here. I'm already thinking about what I'm gonna do as soon as I walk away from this table and just pick everything up. I'm gonna bring up my iPad, I'm gonna bring up my script, and I'm gonna start writing in there because this needs to be tight and spot on for this company that I'm working for. They're gonna show whatever I make here on all of their platforms to promote their thing, and I need that to be tight. I need that to be really, really, really tight. So wish me luck, or wish me good. I don't believe in luck that much, but wish me good work. Just wish me good luck. I guess that's better, I think. Tell us about the weather in Stockholm. So while I'm packing up, the weather in Stockholm right now is gray. We got gray skies, we got a thick gray cloud, and right now it's getting really dark outside. If it's close to autumn, so all the leaves are now starting to get brown greenish, and they're falling down from the trees. And the I don't know exactly what the name are for those fruits, but they're like spiky balls. We got trees with spiky balls in them, and these spiky balls, they get brown and hard, and they fall down, and when you step on these spiky balls they hurt, and inside is a little nut, and this one is poisonous but other ones aren't. What's the word? Wait, let me just check that out. Okay, let me, I gotta find that out. Let's see here. Castan in English. Help me out, YouTube. Help me out. Oh, chestnuts. Yeah. These nuts. These nuts out here. Sorry. Wait. The nuts. Chestnuts. They're growing chestnuts, and they're spiky. I'm telling you, these nuts are spiky, and they can really mess up your foot if you step on them. Unfortunately, these are poisonous, or you can't eat these. They call them horse chestnuts or something in Swedish, and you can't eat them. But I do eat chestnuts. I love chestnuts. You just, once you've gotten them out of that hard spiky shell, you just cut a little square in them. Now I don't eat butter anymore, but that's something we used to do. You do a square, you put a little bit of butter in there, you get it into the oven, and then you bake it. And when it's done, it's like this. Oh, it's hard to explain, but the flavor and the consistency of these nuts are so, like, I love these nuts. These nuts are the best. I'm so cringe right now. I'm just gonna pack up because it's getting cringe. It's getting cringe. I'm losing myself here. No one wants to hear this. Ever hit me up if you have any questions about Bitcoin? All right. Been in it since 2012 and built a Twitter account with 50k subs. That's fun. That's awesome, dude. Way to go. Way to go. A cow, a spider, an animal to play with. Dad, what has mom been eating? Is she eating some strong medication or something? What's going on? Why is she writing about cows and spiders and stuff? Mom, get off stream. Get off the stream. What's going on? Are you okay? Drink some water. Maybe you need some sleep. I need some sleep. I'm just gonna pack it up now. So, bye everyone, and thank you so much for showing up, all of you. Love you. And that's it. I'm ending the stream now. I'm not trolling anyone. 3, 2, 1.